Hello and welcome to the Drummergy podcast, episode 189.
Amazing.
We believe that. I'm your host, Fred Rockfisher. I am here today with the producer.
Hello.
There she is. And my old buddy. Old?
Old.
Oh, I'm definitely old. Sure.
Todd Dunnigan.
Yeah.
Man.
It's great to be here. I made the Drummergy podcast.
Made the Drummergy.
Not even a drummer.
We
So-
should get certificates made. I was on the Drummergy podcast. We could laminate them. We'd really
Well, I
step
think
it up.
the video should be certificate in that thing.
I guess so. Well, Todd, thanks for getting up so early to be here this morning.
One of the first things I was wondering is like, I think if I was running a show like this where I'm asking musicians to be here at 7 a.m,
Yeah.
I would be on pins and needles every day. It's like, who's not going to make it? Who's not going to get up?
I've only
It's
had
happened.
one
Just
not
one?
make it,
Yeah.
Good.
and it wasn't because they overslept or anything. Do you know drummer Tanner Abney at all?
Nope.
Yeah. Well,
Cliff didn't make it either.
oh, that's true. So I've had to. When Cliff Miller was going to be on the first time, he lives in Horseshoe Bend, and he got a flat tire on the hill,
Okay.
and there was like no way that he was going to make it.
Yeah.
So we caught up the next week, and then Tanner Abney, who's a drummer from here, recently moved to Nashville, and he tours all the time. And he got a call the night before to be at a recording session somewhere.
Well, I
Oh.
think the night before was like 1 a.m. or something crazy. It was really
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
I woke up to a text like, I'm not going to make it.
Uh,
Okay, well,
well, it's
Todd Dunnigan's here, though.
it's like, what are we gonna do? You run the
Yeah.
cook stove, and we're gonna make.
Yeah.
The joke did not finish. I couldn't think of a good thing to make.
That's because it's 7
a.m.
a.m.
Yeah, that's right. Gotta get this rolling a bit.
I think
So,
anybody around watching locally, like in real time here, knows how unbelievably smoky it is.
oh man,
The moon looks like a basketball.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can hear it in my voice. I can,
Yeah.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I hear it all the time. But
Yeah.
Well, I could tell
Yeah.
because we see each other frequently, and
Yeah.
you just hear it. In
Yeah.
I was telling Todd while I was pouring my coffee, I was like, I don't sing, but you guys sing.
Yeah.
And I think just trying to protect your voice in general is a task.
oh boy, well, especially as you get older, because
Yeah.
now it's like the stuff that you can drink whatever you want, smoke whatever you want, and it just never seemed to affect it. And then you get to the day, there's just a day that comes when that's not true anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, why is this door locked?
Yeah. That's how it
It's
feels.
always been
sometimes.
open.
I've always been able to hit this note. What the heck just happened?
Yeah.
Right.
What changed from last week?
Yeah.
Well, Mary
Right.
had two outside shows last week.
This past
But
weekend.
it-
Yeah.
It wasn't as smoky as it is this
Yeah.
morning. And
Yeah.
it's- whew. And last night Anthony was trying to sing and it's like, man, I hope I gonna
Yeah.
be good on Saturday.
He's
Yeah.
got, well, he works outside, so he's
Yeah.
in it all
Oh man,
day
he's really
long.
getting bad.
Yeah.
Well, first recommend this is not sponsored, but Throat Coat Tea.
Oh
It's like,
yeah.
I live off this stuff. I
Yeah.
literally buy this boxes of 12 boxes because I just go through it. And
How many
I-
do you drink in a day?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and I reuse the tea bags. Usually I'll put 2 bags in the morning and just reuse those.
Oh, you
Yeah.
reuse them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still seems to work, and you're still just getting nice soothing stuff on your throat. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Do you
if
use
the-
like a vocal mister type thing, like a nebulizer?
I've tried those, not really had much success with those.
Okay.
The main thing that I've did is the tea and exercises, and
Yeah. Vocal
all those
exercises,
sort of occluded exercises,
Like vocal exercises.
all that stuff that makes you sound crazy.
Yeah.
And people like that does something for your voice. Shockingly, it does.
Yeah.
It's about opening airways, and you got to get a lot of air through to keep your lips going.
Yeah.
I'll be riding with Mary to a gig and she does her vocal warm up and she's going like I can't even do the scale at all. But it's that and who's the gal that you listen to when you're doing that?
Oh, I haven't listened to her in a while. It's
She's like, come on, you can do it. Like
Oh,
this coach
Yeah.
as you're doing this You're
Yeah.
almost there. And then you hear the key change or I don't know. I'm a drummer.
Me me mamo moo.
Yeah.
Me me mamo. Me me mamo moo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheryl Porter.
Yeah.
Or
Are
the
you-
straw blowing through a straw.
oh yeah.
Uh,
Do you do that one?
yeah.
Does that work? Because
Yeah.
I was on a gig this weekend talking about it. Like I have not tried the straw technique.
It
yet.
needs to be like the swizzle straws, not a
Like the
not
tiny
a
ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
okay.
yeah, like for coffee or whatever.
And you just and what's the technique? You just
You're
put
just
in
it's like
through
kind
it?
of like a kazoo.
okay.
You're like so you're kind of but it's sort of the same thing as a but
Oh,
you're
okay.
blowing and you almost kind of like puff up your cheeks a little bit, but you're blowing air through it and creating a tone at the same time.
Got it.
She has her
It's
special
crazy.
straw in the car, and we'll get in the car, and she's like, "Where's looking around? Where's my straw?
Yeah, I have
Where's
some
my
metal.
straw?"
I have some metal straws, and yeah, so
Yeah.
I wish they were a little thinner, but they do help.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, all that to be said is the air quality here. Sucks.
Yeah, it's horrid.
It's
Yeah.
Well, I
really,
saw a
really-
thing that said it was the worst in the nation.
I believe it this morning, man, when I was
Like
coming here.
everything's just focusing right down on us.
Like you, I did a couple outdoor gigs last week, and
Yeah.
yeah, smoke not so bad. The heat was brutal. I don't know how it was for you guys.
Yeah.
Both of them were we did a live after 5, which is
Oh.
5 in the afternoon, which
Yeah.
is the
Yes.
most brutal heat of the day.
Yeah.
And then we did Bluebird.
Oh yeah.
and
I think you did it the day after us.
I think so.
Yeah, we were on a Friday and you were on a Saturday. Is that right? Like
yeah.
a week.
No,
or
we
two
were on
ago?
Sunday.
Oh, maybe we
played-
were Saturday.
We
and
played
you were
right
Sunday.
after the World Cup. So
Oh,
it was
that's right,
about
yeah.
3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And
It's still hot.
oh yeah,
It was really
brutally hot.
humid though. When we played there, it was so humid.
Yeah.
It was hot, but it wasn't like the heat wasn't bugging me as I don't even really want to say the humidity was bugging me because it actually felt good. I'd just come back from South Carolina, so it was like, oh, this hasn't changed. And
Right.
so the humidity, like for me, felt good, and it was like helping with my voice. But this past weekend, like I got overheated or dehydrated or something, and I got kind of sick. Like
Oh.
right at the end of the gig, it was like we had like 2 or 3 songs left. I was like, uh-oh. And I was like running inside, like, something's wrong.
Right. It's like we've saved our big powerhouse number for the end.
Yeah,
Why? Why did we
unfortunately,
do that?
it was like songs that Adam could sing, and they didn't need me, so it worked out. But they were all telling me about these like salt tabs, and I'd never heard of that before. And so the next
To
night,
keep you hydrated, right?
yeah, like has like electrolytes and stuff. And so Jeff sent me the link for it, and I ordered it on Amazon. It came like the same day, and we had the gig at McCleary's on Saturday, and I was chugging those things like every set break, like because they're little chewables, and they're
I
kind
will
of
not
weird.
get sick again.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Oh.
Jared Halleck is here.
Hey,
Jared.
All right.
Hey, speaking of Jared, so we were at have you been to the Idaho Songwriters Association? Any of those open
I have
mics?
not. I mean, I know about them. I see them.
Okay.
I watch them from time to time, but I've never become a member.
Yeah, I went for the first time last night because Jared and I did a song for Taxi Listing
Oh,
and
okay.
and just submitted it Monday, and he sang it at the open mic thing last night at Cinder. So that was my first time going to an open mic anything, I guess. And then it was for the Idaho Songwriters, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah. I know the organization, but I've almost always known like who's running it too. Like when Ned Abbott was doing it.
Oh,
Dan
yeah.
Costello's doing
Yeah,
it.
Dan Costello was hosting.
Steve
Yeah,
Fulton's involved with it somehow.
Yeah.
Currently,
yeah,
I
it was just a
believe.
cool vibe, and just like everybody came up and sang one song that they'd written,
Yeah.
and it was really neat.
It has to be original though, right?
Has to be their own
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, Todd, we typically start the show. Well, I forgot our sponsor.
All right, go
How
for
could,
it.
how could I forget our sponsor? Our sponsor, 12th Fret Music,
That's right.
located at 671 South Capitol Boulevard in downtown Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Have you been in there, Todd?
No, I hate. I regret to say.
Well,
I'm-
you
I'm
should go
s- I'm
visit
sorry,
sometime.
12th Fret Music.
Well,
I'm not much of a frets guy.
You're more
you're
of
a
a
keys
keys
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
It's not where my expertise lands.
Well, we'll get keyboards in there soon too.
Well, I told Rob Ridgway, I said, I know this is a guitar store, but if you're sponsoring the Drummergy podcast, we got to get some sticks and drum heads in here. So we did. We got some sticks and drum heads in the store. So it's a little something for the drummers.
Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe we could.
I'm sure we could get. Well, and he's gonna have to change his name to 12th Fret Music and other stuff.
Yeah. Right.
And other stuff.
But the picture, it looks really small. But if you look above the banner that says 12th Fret over, and there's like the white part of the wall, it like goes back to the right. So it goes way back and over to the right, and it's actually a pretty good size store.
I didn't put in here. I wonder if I could do it while I'm on. I think I can.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna try.
Here's where we crash.
Here's where we.
I'm gonna try something new. Oh, bye-bye.
This right here. Where is it?
I don't know. What are you
Here
trying
it
to
is.
do?
Coming up.
Oh,
The world's largest guitar amp. 64 412 Marshall cabinets.
Yeah, and they're real. They're not. It's not a picture. It's real.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
One is too loud.
This
I
goes
know.
past 11.
He's trying to hook
Yeah.
it up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, 11 million.
11.
He's trying to hook it up so that
earthquake.
you could actually like the whole Marty McFly thing. I think so.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like, I guess it would be a Guinness record if he
Yeah, I think they
did.
were talking. Rob was talking about eventually having Guinness
Yeah.
Oh,
Book of World Records come and do some official thing.
right. The most ear damage caused at one time.
What?
So I'm curious because Fred, you guys look really glitchy on my screen, and I'm wondering if it looks glitchy to everybody else.
I think it happens when I switch these pictures.
Well, it was like that before you went to the picture too. The
was?
text, where it says fredrockfisher.com looks clear, but you guys look really.
That's just how I look.
Oh,
We're just glitchy. It's 7 a.m.
Oh,
right?
it's
I'm
my
just out of
it's my eyes.
focus.
Sorry, guys.
Somebody asked, like, why is every picture of Fred playing the drums blurry? And I'm like, because I'm blurry. That's
Right.
That's why.
Because
Michelle says it's good on her end.
okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
Okay.
And James Harrison is here. He says, greetings, Todd, one of the best, most driven and creative musicians.
Oh man,
Look at
Oh,
that
coming from
endorsement.
James Harrison. That's
I know.
that's huge, man. I love that. Well, thank you so much, James.
Well, Todd, did you know that today is National Hamburger Day?
Oh,
What?
I'm going to be participating in that later then.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good
Smash
burger?
Burger is kind of
Mhm.
not Smash Burger the restaurant, but this
So
style
it's-
of
right.
is that's like the rave right now.
Yeah.
Are you in on that?
I've been doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, chopping up stuff, smashing it in there. It's like-
Yeah.
That's pretty great, honestly.
Yeah.
So they had a memorial service celebration of life thing for John Faulkner at Treefort Music Hall on Saturday night,
Right.
which was really well attended and
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
I had a wedding out in Nampa.
yeah.
I wish I could have gone.
I had a gig.
There was a lot of people that were working, but
I thought it was. Well, I don't want to. I don't mean to say throwing shade on them or
Oh, no,
anything,
go
but I
ahead.
thought they would have had it on a Sunday night.
Yeah. When
So
people
many
aren't gigging.
musicians. Saturday night is your most busy night.
Mhm.
yeah, and I don't know if it was
Yeah.
availability of the venue
That's the
or
thing. It's
whatever.
like, who knows why they did that? They may have planned it that way and just.
There were some people that kind of came and went. Anthony and I went for a little while, but prior to, we went to the warehouse and got smashed.
Got smash burgers. Yeah,
Because I think John would want us to have smash burgers.
I
Oh,
hope
sure.
He was
so.
he was such an amazing guy and a big supporter of what I did and so many other musicians too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Him and his generation of musicians.
Yeah.
Are so responsible for me being here, sitting here doing this and having a living in music for my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, you can, when you're young, you can listen to Led Zeppelin and be influenced by it, but it's not the same level of influence as the guys that you will meet at the music store, or you go to their gigs and you
Right.
talk to them and get to know them, and
Yeah.
and they're helpful with their advice to you and things like that. It's like, yeah. And John was, remember the first time seeing Passage was there at the Julie Davis Band Shell. And you know, they had big amp stacks and they had smoke coming out
Yeah.
when they came on and everything. And it was just like, you know, in 77 or whatever, that was as big as any show I'd ever seen.
Right.
So it was just like enthralled. Absolutely. You know, the band was great. And then they said something that's like, hey, you know, we're Passage from Boise. And then it's like my
What?
jaw just about hit the floor.
These guys are from here.
You can, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you can be from here and do that. I mean, that's a huge, huge inspiration. Just that by itself.
Yeah.
I remember going to like 7th grade, going to the Western Idaho Fair and seeing the Air, and Jeff Tauji was part of the Air, and I stood there in front of him for their whole entire set and just thought, you know, and he was up there, had these big stacks of keyboards on either side of him and had hair. And,
Yeah.
you know, doing the whole thing. I was like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Nice.
Like, I need to be doing that.
Heck
You know,
yeah.
I was like, I played a little piano. I got a couple piano lessons. Maybe this is something I could do. And then saw the Air again at the Mardi Gras one time and just, you know, got up the courage to approach Jeff on a set break and be like, yeah, you know, kind of play a little piano and, you know, this looks really fun. And he was like, it is really fun. It's great. See this keyboard? I just got this one. Beep, beep, beep. And he starts playing things on it. And he's like, I got to go get a drink, but you can just stand up here and play with it if you
Wow.
want. And I
You're
was
like,
like,
"What?"
that, I mean, I think that one gesture was
Yeah.
so incredibly pivotal. And about 85% of the reason I played keyboards at all was just, you know, seeing Jeff doing it, meeting him, and then also just having him be so cool
Right.
and so
Yeah.
supportive. And, you know, every time I would, you know, run into those guys at some other musical thing, they're like, hey man, how's it going? You still playing? You still getting, you know, like, yeah, I just bought a keyboard. And it's like, man, great. Well, maybe we'll see you on stage sometime. And just that kind of encouragement,
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin's not going to give you.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, I
Right.
think they can influence your music and your style and your taste, but they can't give you that encouragement that
Yeah.
just makes you, and again, just not seeing it on TV, not seeing it on a record album, but seeing it from me to you.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that is impactful
Yeah.
in such a big way. And so,
I think it's
Yeah,
just proof
and
that you just
was-
really never know who you're influencing and when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
You
like
know.
by how you just are as a person and you know, being a musician and realizing like there's some kid somewhere that's watching you or a peer or a colleague or whatever is
Yeah.
just watching how you do your thing and how you conduct yourself and interact with people. It's like,
Yeah.
and that impact that had on you, I'm
Right.
sure you've had the same impact on others around you as well.
I mean, I would love for that to be true. I mean,
Well, I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is.
But yeah, I definitely try to be cognizant of that,
Yeah.
especially if, you know, doing an outdoor thing, there's younger people who want to play keyboards. I try to definitely pay it forward the way Jeff did to me when I was that age.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most rewarding thing right there. It's cool to have people be like, oh, I love your music, you know, or I heard this album or heard this on the radio or whatever they might say. But it's really cool to have someone who just say, I saw you. I kind of want to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be you're making it look fun. It's like it is fun. Come on up. Let's talk about it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I wish I was a teacher. I just do not have the teaching gene in any way. I tried it several times, and I'll build up a fairly good roster of students,
Yeah.
and then I'll just get to the point where, oh, it's time to start teaching and just hating my life. When
Aw.
hopefully the first one will cancel and just give me a little more time. But yeah, and I feel like I just spent so much time in lessons just flailing, trying to trying to basically, especially for younger people, just trying to keep them interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't practice the thing I told you to practice, and so now we got a half hour to spend together.
The woes of every music teacher.
Well, yeah.
And I experience that
Why didn't you
every
practice?
week.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just I think there's a lot of great musicians, but not everybody is meant to play the role of a teacher at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is a
It requires a lot of patience.
yes, a lot of patience. But one thing is like managing expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, am I imposing my own idea of expectations on this person versus what they're really wanting to get out of it?
Yeah.
Because I have some that are super driven. They work really hard, and you see it every week. They're ready to go. They practice whatever. And then some, it's like, oh, this is the day they come and hang out with me.
Yeah.
And even some of the adult students I have, they're super busy with their job, their life, or whatever. And this is a moment for them just to decompress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just want to talk about their day.
Yeah. Sometimes they're just therapy
Okay.
sessions.
Yeah.
All these things I wasn't expected to be part of, but found myself kind of in the middle of it, and
Yeah.
just trying to say, I think it helps being married and having kids and having that dynamic to offer, where other teachers who maybe not a fault of their own, but they're younger, they don't have those other life experiences to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
to draw from those experiences, I guess. But yeah,
I think I reflect on my own experience because I didn't have very much training, and I just wanted to do it so bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't need someone to tell me to come straight home from school and shut the door behind you and start working on
you were looking
songs.
forward
So
to it.
yeah, is what I did with my everyday.
Yeah.
And just because I just had this love for doing it. And then especially after, I guess it would have been huge pivotal experience for me. So it was the last day of 9th grade out at Lowell Scott Middle School, and they have a talent show.
Oh, nice.
And I was not like a popular kid or anything, but on this talent show, it's a junior high talent show. There's lots of just goofy stuff.
Sure.
Lip syncing is like, I dressed up as a girl.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Or something.
Yeah.
And so, but I got a couple of kids in band. We had a bass player and a drummer, and we learned a couple Supertramp songs. Supertramp was hot at the time, and it's
Sure.
great. Translates well to piano, bass, and drums. So they put us on as the last act because we were the only sort of legit live thing.
Uh-huh.
And so they introduce us, and kids have been sitting through a talent show for a while, and then they see us walking on stage, and there's literally an audible groan that just comes out like, oh, God, these guys. But man, we launched into that song, and just by the end of the song, it wasn't even a hit. It was kind of an album cut from Supertramp, but we got to the end of that song, and it's like you see in the movies, the kids hopped up on their feet and just clapping and cheering, and then they started going, Dunnigan, Dunnigan, Dunnigan.
Wow.
And then it was like, okay, I need to do this every minute of every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
This feels fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because especially just like I said, not a popular kid, kind of just a band nerd, kept to myself, went home after school to practice music. And so that was a pivotal moment. It's like, I got to do this every chance I get.
So how old were you when you started playing?
It was, shortly after that. Well, okay, I had a few lessons when I was like 5 years old.
Oh.
And
Every kid has, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It didn't take. I
Yeah.
learned how. That teacher managed to get me up to speed enough that I could play the Old Rugged Cross, a very simple version of the Old Rugged Cross.
Uh-huh.
And then my grandmother would trot me in front of the church and play the Old Rugged Cross. That, I never thought about it, but I probably got a little performing bug from that too. That's
Yeah.
ooh, all the adults
good.
really like this one.
Yeah.
when
Oh,
they do
you're
this.
so wonderful.
Yeah. Get a lot of validation from that.
Yeah.
But it didn't take. And then it was shortly after I met Jeff, and it was
Oh,
just
wow.
like he showed me. And then starting to put two together. It's like, oh man, all the really cool sounds I like on records are coming from these.
Yeah.
I want to.
So that was like ninth grade-ish.
I would have been in 7th grade when I saw them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So
Wow.
how old are you in 7th grade? I
About
guess?
12, 13. Yeah.
Okay. Seems
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
So started just picking out stuff off my favorite records. Learn how to play the da 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 da
Oh, man.
yes.
from Tom Sawyer.
So then when you started doing that, then you just started teaching yourself like by ear, or did you ever learn how to read music aside from the lessons you had when you were
I joined. I was by the time I got to high school, I was proficient enough that I could join the jazz band, and so then there's a lot of great education in jazz band. I learned all that stuff, reading, improvising, and reading charts and printed music and
good.
So I had pretty good education in high school. I had a really great band teacher.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was a senior, I was in a band. There was it was me, Gary Glaseman.
Okay.
This other kid, Darren Derha, I don't think you know him. He was a drummer. And then Steve Quast. You remember Steve Quast? He was bass player for Redstone for a long time. Yeah. We were all 15, 16, and Steve was 28. And so, but he, Gary Glaseman was a hot player at 16.
Sure.
He's just, I mean, he's amazing now.
Right.
But he was, so, and this kid Darren was also a pretty good drummer. So this was a pretty good band. We were playing around a lot. So I was staying out till 2 a.m.
Right.
Having to be to marching band practice by 6:30 in the morning.
Ooh.
But when you're 16, you can do it. And the fact you've been out playing music all night.
You're living the dream at that point, right?
Yeah. And so that's but that, we were just a cover band.
Sure.
And there was, it didn't feel like our band. We were now getting great experience out there playing, but we were in Steve's band. Steve was calling the shots, as as a 28-year-old should do.
Yeah,
for a bunch
probably.
of 15, 16-year-olds.
Right.
And but it just was like this, just not our thing.
Yeah.
And excuse me. So when I got when I got a call, I'm trying to remember who called me first. I think it was Corey Stoutenberg. I don't even know how he got my name. He was a bass player for Methods of Dance.
Yeah.
He called me up and was like, "Hey, I'm doing a thing with a couple other guys, and I think you might be good for it." So I joined up with him and a couple other guys that were formerly in a band called the Detours. I don't know if you remember the Detours.
I don't remember the
Detours. Were a very, very popular band in the late 70s, early 80s. Really super popular band. So, but they had broken up. So a couple of guys from the Detours and Corey Stoutenberg. And me and Corey were really into this, the new wave. That was coming out. This was a whole new type of music for us to latch onto.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to get into that. And the other guys in the Detours were like, no, that Duran song is okay, but let's Wooly Bully.
Oh no,
Wooly Bully. No,
Wooly Bully.
Yeah, I mean that's that's what they were wanting to do. They just wanted to pick up and do covers and we were just like, this is not for us. So I enlisted Pete Weaver because Pete Weaver, I don't know if do you know Pete very well?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Pete Weaver, at least at that time, and maybe even still today, is the world's biggest Duran Duran fan.
Aw.
And at the time especially
I did not know that about
I didn't know that either.
He had every imported 12-inch.
Oh wow.
I mean, he he went to great lengths to get everything. Sounds like everything Duran Duran. So
Aw.
it was like, well, this is our guy.
Right.
Let's get Pete. And we tried a couple of different guys to try and sing, but when we would go out, we kept seeing this band Famous in Spain, which I don't know if that name rings. If you're around in the 80s, that name might ring a bell.
I think for us, late 80s was when we would be able to start going out.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
would have been very early 80s.
Yeah.
But Famous in Spain had Tom Keithley in it, and another couple of guys who would go on to form the band H Hour, which is another band. The lineage of H Hour goes from Boise, then H Hour and Tree People and a few other people moved up to Seattle in the late 80s, and that was where, you know, Tree People really got their foothold in the industry. And then the H Hour guys didn't last, but Tad Doyle,
Yeah.
he was in H Hour.
Okay.
So he went on to become Tad, who,
Right.
you know, he was Sub Pop record number 1 or 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
Some
I think he
crazy
was really
thing. He
early
was
with all
very, very early. One of the first things they ever put out. And, you know, a lot of people, when you talk to them in Seattle, it's like, oh yeah, Tad is definitely a godfather of that whole grunge thing, because he was
Mhm.
one of the very, very first people doing it. And I remember after Nirvana was a breakout, people in Seattle was just like, we all thought Tad was going to be a star. Tad just because Tad does have unbelievable charisma,
Mhm.
and he's this big figure on stage,
Yeah.
and so tons of charisma, and everyone just thought he was going to be the star. And there's a great movie out there about Tad. It's called Busted Eardrums and Broken Strings, Broken something, Busted
Ooh.
Eardrums and Broken. I don't know. It's a great documentary about Tad, because for all their renown in Seattle, they just had a run of the worst luck I think a
Oh,
band
no.
would
Yeah.
have. Like they put out their first, I think it was their first major label, might have been with SST, maybe their first big independent label. They put out this album called Jack Pepsi, and the logo on the front of it, you know, was definitely be recognized as the Pepsi logo.
Okay.
They didn't have say Pepsi on it.
Right.
It wasn't exact, but it was definitely recognizable.
Yeah.
So this album hits the shelves and it's kind of catching on. People are like, oh, this is something new. Then Pepsi threatens
Stop
to
that.
sue. They have to pull all the albums, you know, off the shelves and everything. And it's just one thing like that after another
Yeah.
with those guys. And
So it's called Tad, Busted Circuits and Ringing Ears.
Busted Circuits and Ringing Ears. That's what it is.
Put that can you put a link in the comments to that producer lady?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it as a thing on Amazon. So
Right. If it's out there, it is so worth watching. Not
Yeah.
just because
you could buy
Tad
it.
is a Boise guy, but I mean, it's a great movie.
You
Yeah.
could rent
They-
it for $1.99 or buy it for $4.99. So it's a
Oh.
bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, rent Broken Circuits and
Yeah.
Busted
Yeah, what was
Busted
it?
Eardrums. What was it? Ringing
Busted
Eardrums.
Circuits and Ringing Ears.
Busted Circuits and Ringing Ears. That's
There you
it.
go. It's in the comments there now. Jamie Vink is here.
Oh, Jamie Vink.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie.
So,
So-
we were getting to
So H hour,
H hour
and then
and-
the progression from
Oh,
there. To
yeah,
the next.
Yeah. Right. So Famous in Spain split up, and we were like, oh, you think Tom would join our band? You know, I don't know. We're kind of noobs, and it's Tom. You know?
And is Tom the same age as you guys, or is he older?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he graduated in '83, just like me and Pete did.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he said yes, and then we started. That's when we really in earnest started playing the music that we like.
yeah.
And you know, the first band I was in, it's like, hey, other bands in town write their own song. We should try writing a song.
Yeah.
I remember having a keyboard riff or something.
Right.
That turns into the first song. And it's like, ooh, that's fun.
Do you remember what the first song was that you wrote?
Called Sleep of the Innocents.
Oh,
Yeah.
was
And
that ever on any of your cassettes?
it was.
It
It was
was.
on the very first cassette. That is,
I did-
they're at the Boise Public Library. If you ever want to check it
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do that
Yeah.
because I was a
Mary-
broke teenager and I never had the money. My friend Amy was like, I'm buying their tape. I'm like, oh,
Mary
She
is a
had the-
huge MOD fan.
oh yeah. We used to love
And-
like brass lamp pizza. You'd play at the brass
Oh,
lamp,
man.
and oh yeah.
When we
Right.
started dating, she's like, "You know Tom Keithley?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You know Todd Dunnigan?" I'm like, "Yeah." "You know Pete Weaver?"
I'm like, oh my gosh.
She's like,
Because you were like, for me, you
"I
guys
was
were
your
the local,
gateway to the
You-
famous guys."
you were
in
my
Boise."
the local celebrities for us. Like we were just like, you were our U2, you know? Like,
Oh man. Yeah, those were fun days. Definitely the brass
Yeah.
lamp. Oh my god, that place would get so crazy.
yeah, it would get so packed, and then everybody, and then the mosh pit, and I'd be right in the middle of that. Whoa!
The mosh pit.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
Heck yeah. Well, we called it slam dancing back then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
and we were just new wave, or I don't know. The slam dancing was more of a punk thing,
Mhm.
I guess. But
Oh, angry youth. We
angry.
were
Yeah,
angry.
that's really
we
what
didn't
it
know
was.
why, but we were.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we'd be playing an NXS song or something out there slamming to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
I
discovered some MOD concert footage.
It was from Bogus.
Oh, yeah.
Run
YouTube
away,
not
run
long ago.
away, run away.
Yeah, yeah. Right. I've seen those clips.
Those are like the only ones out there. It's like desperate. Somebody please.
Yeah.
On the videotape.
I've never seen any others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, looking back on that and looking at all that beautiful hair and
Yeah.
flowing down.
Now that's more like the Todd Dunnigan I first met. Had long hair
Yeah.
and
Well, so did Pete
Yeah. Yeah.
and Tom, of course. Yeah. Well,
Right.
all of them. I mean, didn't Corey have?
Yeah.
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 They all had long hair.
Yeah. You do that when you're 18.
Yeah. In a band.
and Corey, by the way, is a fantastic bass player.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I've sat in with Soul Purpose a couple times. I don't remember if you were playing or not. Though.
I don't think so. I don't remember ever playing with you in Soul Purpose.
It was I think a couple Thursday Thunders and another thing that was inside at the convention center for something. And I think I played the first set because Pete was playing with Half the World at the Knitting Factory.
Okay.
Dude, I love Pete, but that what he left me to play was garbage. He had this old dinosaur kick drum, a snare, a hi-hat, and a crash cymbal. That's
Oh, right.
all that he had.
Yeah.
And
Well, that was his
all he
70s
needed
kit.
probably. But I was playing and the bass drum started feeling really soft
Uh-oh.
and the kick head was ripped.
Oh man.
And I'm like, dude. And then the pedal wouldn't stay on because where the pedal's supposed to attach, that part of the rim of the drum was missing. And so he shows up in time to take over the second set, and he's waiting over there. Well, you'd have to know Pete. He always pushes his glasses up right as he's watching me. And he goes, "What is this garbage?" He's like, "I know, but it's okay for this." I'm like, all right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you bring your own drums?
Because he had drums there.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was going to jump in.
And then-
finish, so,
He finished the.
Oh, I
finished the
see.
gig.
Oh, I see.
Thanks a lot, Pete Weaver.
We love you. We love you, Pete.
Oh, Soul Purpose. That was Soul Purpose killed our after Methods broke up, 3 of the 4 of us formed this band Deep Down Trauma House.
Yeah.
With Ned Ebbett and Christian Copenhaver.
And that's when I first met you. Was the
Probably,
Trauma House
yeah.
days.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we had made the Trauma Hounds had made like a whole album, and we were just like, we need some money, because back then, you had to buy 1,000 quantity
Yeah.
or whatever. That was your only choice. There's no burning one-off CDs or anything like that. So we were saving up, and we really wanted to do vinyl. It was just like, gosh, it'd be so great if we could actually do vinyl records. And so I came with this great idea. It's like, dudes, if we just learned a bunch of disco covers,
Oh.
we could play, and I bet we could just have this as a side hustle just to earn money for our record. And for whatever reason, I don't know how, because every band I've ever been in, it takes a while to sort of work up to something. Sole Purpose was a smash from the word go.
Yep.
We packed Neurolux on our first gig, and for the next couple years, every gig we played had a line out the door to get in.
You guys were hot.
Yeah, I was amazed at how fast it took hold.
Yeah.
And of course, then we're playing more, lots more money coming in. We were also able to go and say, hey, we started off as a 7-piece, but we're a 7-piece band, and you think you could kick down a little more because we're packing your place, and so the money goes up, the gigs go up, and I think I was the last one over here just saying, what about our album?
Remember this thing we were doing that was
Deep
so cool?
down drama.
They were just kind of like, I kind of like making this money.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So Sole Purpose just killed poor Deep Down Trauma. Yeah, all that music just sitting on my hard drive.
Well, I tried to help. I bought the Trauma Hound CD.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I had it. Was it on cassette too? Originally?
No, we never did cassettes.
Okay.
We did.
No, I have the
CDs
CD.
of the first album, and that was back when CDs were a bit of a new thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember what I thought was funny was CDs had 74 minutes on them.
Right.
So you figure, well, we have to fill all of it up.
Yeah.
Which is absurd. I don't know why.
Don't waste it.
So I felt like that. There's a lot of filler on there. We put some.
You have all the space, you want to use it.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead and
So
play
we put
another
a couple
solo.
Put a couple of dumb skits on there, and this weird little 1-minute thing of just like reverbed out bass clarinet and Ned singing Seattle.
Yep, I remember that.
You're singing this weird song about Seattle, which when they went to review us in Seattle, I don't know why, because he's just said Seattle and then just started making up nonsense words that rhymed with Seattle, like Stetzel prattle, beans gobble, all this stuff. It was just nonsense. And this reviewer got a hold of it in Seattle, and he hated us so much. It's like, what are you implying that we're all a bunch of illiterates up here? It's like, dude, you taking this kind of hard. It was just a goofy thing we did. I remember he ended his review with "flush twice."
Oh no!
That's
you've made it when you get bad reviews like that.
That immediately takes me to that Spinal Tap scene when they released their album Shark Sandwich.
Yeah. It's just a 2-word review. Right. Can we say the title on here?
Yeah.
Shit
sandwich.
They didn't print that. So
I was watching Styx behind the music. I think it was Styx. The guy was saying how they got a review that compared them to a parking lot full of whale vomit. I was always thinking, it's like, I don't think the reviewer even thought you were that bad. He just had this cool, funny thing he come up with. I got to use this somewhere.
Yeah.
Screw those Styx guys.
James says Sole Purpose was the perfect name and logo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a $sign.
Yeah.
We had we did think that name was pretty clever.
Because
at the time our whole sole purpose was to make money to put out an album, which we never fulfilled. Our sole purpose.
Well, I think that I met you originally through either Christian Copenhagen, because he worked at Noodles
right
by the mall, and I worked at the movie theater.
Oh gosh!
So I would go in constantly and get lasagna from Christian.
Yeah.
and that's how I met him and found out he was from Deep Down Trauma Hounds, and I was kind of new to the Boise music scene at that time, and met a bunch of people just hanging out at Musicians Pro Shop.
Oh yeah.
What's that on Jefferson?
It's on Jefferson.
Yeah.
Right.
That was just like the coolest place.
It was. Oh man. Musicians Pro Shop was definitely, 70s, early 80s, and well, into the late 80s too, was just it was a hang, and it was so great. I worked there for a couple years. It was the only kind of straight job that I ever had, but it was still music related.
Sure.
And Patrick Curdy was the best guy in the world. Like, you could never ask for a better boss than Patrick Curdy. And then the staff there was like Ken Morton.
Right. Yeah.
Just the staff there was great. And yeah, I
met
just so many people, especially working there, because there's just a constant flow of, after a year or so working there, you're pretty, and Musicians Pro Shop at that time, this, predates Guitar Center or Guitar World,
right?
That came in later, predated Old Boise Music. As far as I knew, it was the only place in town. Well, Dorsey Music was going.
Yeah.
There
was Dunkley's, but Dunkley's is totally different.
Dunkley, piano, organ, sheet music stuff.
It's cool music,
yeah.
But Musicians Pro Shop, that was
for the rockers.
I think
guys.
I think it just, my memory of it was just like, it was a cool vibe. I would go in there to buy a drum head, and I would be there for 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
because you just run into somebody or meet somebody, and they knew this person, and that person knew.
Yeah.
And after a while, it's kind of this community thing.
Totally.
And I don't think the other stores
offered. They just didn't really cultivate that.
No.
And then they moved out to 5 Mile, right? And I wonder if that killed it.
Yeah,
just in a bad location.
I think I remember when that happened, I was just thinking, you guys should stay downtown somewhere. I understand you probably got a great deal on this place being, 5 Mile, which was way out there.
That was
at the time.
What are we driving to Ontario?
Exactly. That's what it felt like.
I gotta drive clear out to 5 Mile and Fairview.
Right. Yeah. It seemed like a long way to go.
Yeah.
It was a long way to go.
And what was so cool about that, when I got that job, I was just the keyboard player in this budding new wave scene that we had here.
Yeah.
And but through Musicians Pro Shop, I got to know all these blues guys, all the top 40 rocker guys, all the metal guys. And that was so great to be able to integrate with all these other scenes. And it was nice to see, because I was unaware. It's like, man, there's some stuff going on in this town. This is great. These guys would invite me to their metal show, and I would think, a metal show in Boise, who's gonna be like 12 people there, and then they'd run out of Grange Hall or something out in the middle of nowhere, and it'd be jam packed.
Yeah.
And same with the punk shows. Punk shows would go on at like the Cassius Center, and just asshole to belly button throughout the whole place.
Where was the Cassius Center?
Cash Center, it's a Cash in Latah. It's now Al-Anon or something like that.
One thing I was just remembering about the Pro Shop was shortly after I got into midline, we made it up on the wall, our 8x10.
Oh,
and there was a bunch of 8x10s up on the wall, and I'm like, we made it. We're on the wall at Musicians Pro Shop.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
It was. They were just so. First of all, I was like, Ken and Patrick were just genuinely awesome people.
Yeah.
They weren't, putting the musicians up on the wall or whatever was not a ploy. Like, oh, this will be great. People will want to get on our wall. It was just like they were doing it out of love for the people who were supporting them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to throw it back. And they were both really great that way. I worked at Dorsey Music shortly before that, and there was no vibe.
Yeah.
No vibe and no hang there. It was
James Harrison says thousands of cars with the Black Musicians Pro Shop bumper sticker.
Oh man, those Musicians Pro Shop stickers were everywhere.
I
on
had them
every
on
case, on every car, and everything.
And the guy I used to work with is like, every car you see one of those stickers on, it's like run down beater car.
Yeah, of course it was.
Up in the value with that sticker.
Right. It's actually holding the bumper on.
Yeah.
Right.
So did they just give
Inside
those
this
out?
time capsule is thousands of dollars in music gear.
Did they give those stickers out, or did you have to buy them?
I don't
The-
remember.
there was
buying
just
them.
like a stack of them on the counter.
Oh, I bet they
and
just
it
gave
was
them out.
help yourself.
Yeah.
And we'd have to replenish that stack every couple of days.
I
'cause
bet.
Yeah.
people would come in just to grab a sticker, Oh,
Yeah.
just
I want
grab
a
one of
sticker.
these, thanks. Oh,
Well, it's free advertising, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was genius.
Well, I guess not free. You're paying for the stickers, but
Well,
if they
yeah.
want one, then it's like that's
yeah, I
Great.
think it was.
a great idea.
Yeah, I think it was the best advertising ever for them.
Yeah.
'cause-
Just like James said, it's like everybody knows. And
yeah.
the guy I worked with, he was not a musician, but he was very well aware of the musician.
And
Photoshop
I'm
sticker.
pretty confident that those stickers wound up on cases and stuff that
Oh
have
yeah.
made it around the world.
Oh, I'm sure. I personally gave one to Gary Richrath. He was a guitar player for REO Speedwagon.
Oh what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who at the time that he came in the store was when they were at like the sort of height of their
Sure.
glory.
Wow.
Yeah. So he,
And
yeah.
so I personally we would be so honored if you'd throw this on a case
Aw.
of yours or something. I'm pretty sure you did. I don't know.
That's cool.
So we're gonna get Michelle on here in a few minutes.
Oh,
I see
yeah.
that she popped on. So
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
got her in the green room.
She's in the
Ah.
green room.
She's in the green room.
Deck.
But you worked at the Audio Lab or were part owner of the Audio Lab initially?
Oh
with
yeah.
Steve?
So me and Steve started the Audio Lab
Yeah.
together.
When was that? When did you start that?
1991 or 90,
So-
somewhere around
oh.
very early 90s.
Was that still in your MOD days?
No,
Oh.
MOD was done. Trauma Hounds were going.
Oh,
Hadn't started Soul Purpose yet.
okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I was just trying to get more familiar with the business. How can I get more into this business? We're in Boise, Idaho. We're just seems
Yeah.
like we're so far away from everything.
Yeah.
And how can I get more connected into this business without having to move to LA or something?
Right.
Which to me at the time was a terrifying prospect. I was
right.
born in northern Idaho, and I moved to Boise and thought, oh my God, this is a huge city.
Yeah.
Geez. When we were first talking about moving here, I was looking at a map of Boise, and the school this map had the schools mislabeled. It had Lowell Scott as a elementary school and
Oh.
East as a junior high. East was actually an elementary school. Lowell Scott was a junior high.
Yeah.
But the name they had on the map was East Side Junior High.
Oh,
And I
what?
just East Side Junior High, and which is the most terrifying name that I'd
Yeah.
ever heard. Because East Side Junior
Yeah.
High just sounded so scary for a guy from Hayden Lake, Idaho.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna get beat up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that
for
I was
sure.
going to have to join a gang my first
Yeah.
day, and
Give
But-
up your lunch money.
yeah.
Some kids
So
carrying
yeah,
a knife.
Boise just felt like a big city, and the thought of going to Los Angeles just was like, it's
Yeah.
first of all so expensive. It's just like, I don't know, when are we gonna have time to when are we gonna have time to make music? We're gonna be working
like
jobs.
crazy, Yeah.
We're probably all gonna be living together in some 2-bedroom apartment.
In
There's
bunk
4 of
beds.
us, and- yeah, bunk beds. It's like, I don't know, but in the end, I kind of wish I would have done it. I think it could have been a good sort of rite of passage to
Mhm.
Sure.
graduate into another area, but I didn't. I loved the scene we had going here. Honestly,
Yeah.
that was, and I was familiar with people, and the things I wanted to happen, I could make happen. If I went to LA, I would no longer have a recording studio that I could just go to anytime I
Right.
wanted,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have if I wanted a hot guitar player to come play on a track. I didn't know anybody there, but I knew 10 guys in Boise who could come
Sure.
do it. So, and in the end, man, I felt like I'm just kind of doing, I don't know about making it. I don't know if it sounds all that fun, you see people who do, and it must be a thrill when you first get there. You're
Yeah.
taking this ride on the way up, but it also seemed like the story, if you're watching up behind the music or whatever, the common story is just like, we took this ride and then we burned the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it just became too much. We're hating each other. Now we're all fighting about money all the time instead of like, these are my
Right.
comrades,
Right.
and so I just like, there's not much that looks appealing about that other than the money. But at the time in Boise, I was doing pretty well. When you played, DJs had not really come on the scene. So if there's music in a place, it was going to be live music. And when you played somewhere, you usually played 5 nights a week. And so we were playing all the time.
Right.
And so, yeah. And also you get to be a pretty good band when you're playing 4 hours a night, 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
You get tight and you get to where you can just like read each other's minds practically.
And where did you usually play? Like, what were the clubs?
When we started, the main haunt was the Crazy Horse.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. That's where I saw
the-
Fred play the first time.
Oh, really? Who'd
Yeah.
you play with the first time?
I was playing with a band called Ritual Bliss,
Oh, yeah.
and I think we were
Yeah.
going to record, and you were recording us at the Audio Lab.
Yeah, I did record you guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Anthony and I were just talking about the Crazy Horse the other night because it was such a, it was a cool place, but like looking back, it's like, what a dump.
no, it was a total dump, but it was our dump.
It was
Yeah.
our dump, but there was like I think my first experience walking in the building, there was a sheet of plywood right past the front door, and you would like it was covering a hole or something. You just feel it like stick as you walk in. Yeah. Like, well, luckily I don't have to go through the front door of this place very often. I'll just go through the alley and
Yeah.
come in but
Yeah.
the Crazy Horse.
So many good experiences there at the Crazy Horse. Night we opened up for the Dead Kennedys was one of definitely a memorable moment because they were supposed to play at BSU, and then the day of the show, the BSU president was like, "Dead Kennedys not on my campus."
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Oh wow.
We happened to be playing at the Crazy Horse that night, and just got a call last minute. It's like they're moving the Dead Kennedys show to here tonight, so you guys can open. And we were like, well, we're kind of more new wavy. We're not really punk like that. And I think another one of the punk bands in town should probably do this because they would be more well suited and they'd be really excited about this. We're just feeling really trepidatious. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I don't know. We got up there and did our thing, and they had taken every physical thing out of the Crazy Horse and pushed it into the alley that they could.
Oh, wow.
Every table, every chair,
Anything that could be thrown.
anything that could be. They were just trying to get more people there.
Right.
The show was sold out. I think they had sold. It was at the Sub Ballroom, and I think 500 or something was their legal capacity.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think Crazy Horse legal capacity was like 75.
I
or
know. I
something.
was gonna say what, like
So-
100 top.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
they
God.
crammed, I don't know about everybody, but they crammed a bunch of people there. And it was wild to watch from the stage because it looked like waves crashing on the shore. You'd see this wave of people like that all sort of fall backwards, and the whole crowd all the way to the back of the room.
Yeah.
And then you'd see them all falling forward, coming at you. And the whole first row would just, when it hit them, they would take a tumble onto the stage.
Yeah.
But they'd just jump up and dive right back out
Yeah.
there. It was just chaos the whole time.
And I bet they
Yeah.
all loved it.
Oh, man. They took one kid, EJ Pettinger, does that name ring a bell?
No.
And he was, anyway, he bartended at Pen Gillies for a while, but at the time he was pretty small. So a couple of guys there, I just literally threw him, and he was flying at me Superman style, flying right at my
Wow.
keyboard setup, and I was like, he's gonna smash this.
Oh no.
Tad Doyle, the aforementioned Tad Doyle, was working security, and the next thing I saw was a guy who could block out the sun just come between me and him.
Oh wow.
Protected the keyboards.
Oh man.
Well, thankfully Tad was there to deflect.
Oh my, yeah,
Wow.
that was one of the definitely a more memorable gig.
Well, you had this this recording studio with Steve Fulton, and I talked about the Audio Lab with Steve when he was on the show, and that was another place. Like, you had the Musicians Pro Shop, and then like tightly connected when the community with that was the Audio Lab.
The little house on
Yeah.
Emerald.
And I think that the Audio Lab still kind of has that thing going for it.
We definitely was in our plans to. It's like I want the rappers to be passing the bluegrass guys in the hallway and having the time to chat it up and maybe interact some. And I want this to be hanging, especially when we moved the first location down on Chinden. It's like, we got to take this area and make it just a hang room. Just let people come and hang. There was TVs and instruments and stuff, and it was all kind of sequestered away from the rest of the studio.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was really one of our goals, and we're honestly in love with the local scene. We just wanted to, man, there's a lot of good bands. Let's help them get some records out.
Yeah.
Let's get more people, hearing this stuff. So
I'm trying to see if that little house still exists on.
it does. I
On
drive
Emerald
because
there?
I live by there, and so I drive by it all the time.
Well, here's an interesting little factoid for our little studio here, FM Studios. Todd Dunnigan is the first person to ever track anything here.
Oh, is that
Oh,
time with MC
really?
Shade?
Yes.
Ah.
And
Ah.
also, I didn't know, because I'd known Todd for a long time, and we would see each other occasionally and then not for a while. And so like, oh, we're going to do this kind of free form recording session or whatever. And you're like, where do you live? And I give you my address, and you're like, seriously? You live like 5 houses down from me at the time.
Yeah.
No clue.
Right.
That's
I know
crazy.
that was funny.
And you brought over your computer and I think an interface. And this is way before I had all this recording stuff here now. But yeah, sitting right there where Mary is. Todd is the first one to do any tracking here in our little space. But that was a cool thing, because it was like, oh, this could work.
Yeah.
To be able to record.
Yeah. And you just have it styled now.
Yeah.
Let's take the camera and flip it around. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done a studio walkthrough?
I haven't.
Oh.
But we should probably.
But it's funny because when people come over, they're like, "Oh, it's a lot smaller than it looks on the internet."
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The
It
magic
is.
of cameras and angles.
Well, I was like, I want to be able to track drums.
Yeah.
That was like my main focus, was to be able
Well,
to do that.
and we're gonna make the whole space that you're in bigger. That whole wall is gonna go that way,
yeah.
and we're hoping we could be able to host taxi meetings at our house.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
There's
Yeah.
no dogs here. Yeah.
Matt, we love you.
Oreo, we love you too.
Oreo just can't
Yeah.
control herself.
Well, you've had all this experience playing keys and playing in a lot of different bands and recording, and I think we should put our headphones on and bring in Michelle
I
and
think
talk
we
about
should.
your
Yeah.
latest thing. We have to wear headphones so we can hear Michelle, who was up in Canada. Let's bring her on. She's like, "Oh, am I ready? Are you ready, Michelle? Here we go."
While you're getting her on, James Harrison says, "I look forward to the day when I can see Todd playing a solo show and taking requests, so I can try to stump him with a strange request." And Michelle says, "I don't think you can stump him."
I remember I saw James. We were doing a thing out of Big Al's, and he hit me with a request that I didn't recognize at first. I was like, got me. But then I looked it up on my phone, and it was the song "Smoke from a Distant Fire" by Stuart Townsend Band or something. And I immediately recognized it. It was a huge hit in probably the 70s. And James would have to confirm. I feel like I got a chance to sort of step aside and listen to it really quick and do a pretty half-baked version of it.
Yeah.
From the smoke of a distant fire. It's a great song. Anyway,
Michelle,
She
can you
is.
hear us? You can.
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Is there feedback or are we good?
No, we're good, but you're a lot louder than us.
I think I can
Okay.
do this right here.
All right.
One of these.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You could
that
also
got louder, Fred. That got way louder.
Oh, I turned in the wrong direction. Sorry.
Thanks.
I was
Do it
to
upside
grab
down.
it backwards.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You could probably
Come
drop.
back up here. Let's see if that helps.
You could probably drop your gain by a notch, and that would probably.
Well, I'm using the webcam, not my mic.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
I can't tweak it. My producer is in your studio, guys.
Oh man. Well, Michelle, welcome to the show. Michelle is up in Canada.
Ah.
Now, when
I was gonna say, what part of Canada are you in?
well, before she tells us, because
Oh.
Michelle was participating in the show last week, commenting.
Yeah.
And which, by the way, Michelle does that frequently. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
But when I think of Canada, I think of something just north of the United States border, right? Something just right there.
like
Oh,
Vancouver.
like just along,
or,
like, yeah.
But then when I met Michelle, I pictured her living like at the North Pole.
Well, I feel like
you can see it from her.
have you always lived in the same place, or did you move? Because I thought
I'm going to show you guys on Google Maps, but
Okay.
no, I've pretty much always lived the same place.
oh, okay, because
I forgot I said I'd bring a map this week.
Oh. Well, I think we were on like a taxi thing or something, and you had said where you lived, and so we like envisioned it being like up where, you know, in the winter it's like -500 and you can't even go outside. Like I don't know how you eat, like how you guys live. Like it just sounded so terrible.
We
like,
picture Michelle as like some pioneer woman, like
she's
living
like,
off the land. And
yeah, like
Well, I mean, a bit.
Well,
it turns out you said you were like between Seattle and Alaska.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a big spot, right? But I'm almost exactly halfway up British Columbia between Seattle and Anchorage.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah. So it's up there, but you know, it's they're not like living in igloos.
It looks like she's got regular walls and
Right.
electricity.
They have a McDonald's and a Burger
Aw.
King, and
Is it what's the name of the town?
I live in Taylor, British Columbia. Here, I'm going to show you guys. Let's see if this works. All right. Can you see?
I see a map.
So on the map, we got Seattle.
Okay.
And then we got Alaska. And I'm right here.
There you are.
Okay. So you are up pretty high in British Columbia.
Our weather is surprisingly similar, right down to the forest fire smoke. Like Todd and I often have conversations like, oh, it's hot there, it's going to be hot here tomorrow. Or, oh, it's cold there, it's going to be cold here tomorrow. Except this last winter where you guys basically had no winter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very true.
Yep.
So Taylor looks like it's a
yes.
pretty small town.
We are a village, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are a village.
Okay, so I was right about you being pretty high up.
Yeah.
In there, but I envisioned you over more like above Montana, like maybe in either Alberta, like eastern Alberta or Saskatchewan, western. That's why I pictured you as.
Yeah, no.
That's like her equivalent. We'd be like, I pictured you guys living in Miami.
I think she knows where Idaho is, though.
I have been and to Audio Labs. It was awesome.
There
When
you go.
Todd and I first started working together, when we were going to make an album the first time, I came down and we went and recorded at Audio Labs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our initial recording process consisted of 6 months worth of phone calls and texts and discussion and throwing things back and forth, and then I would either go up there or she'd come down here, and then we'd have 3 or 4 days where we have 80 ideas, we got to try and complete as many as we can in the next 3-4 days.
Right. I
So-
feel
We
like
still have some of those on a hard drive that have never been finished, I'm pretty sure.
I think every musician's got some hard drive somewhere full of ideas that they were excited about at one point and then kind of got forgotten about. But I want either Todd or Michelle, first of all, to tell us what True Swans is and how the two of you met, being that she's clear up in Canada.
Right.
And she's not down the street.
No.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys had to meet in some kind of way and what your whole musical thing is and how you guys work. Cause I think it's a really unique thing that what you guys do together.
Do you want to take the origin story? You want to take how we met?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to run a venue and like book musicians and shows and all that kind of stuff. And so we had booked Todd to come and perform for like our Christmas season. So I don't know. I think you were here for like 3 weeks that year. Maybe. Yeah. And after one of the shows one night, Todd and I just were like kind of like hanging out. I'm cleaning up, we're chatting, and he's like, "Oh, you do music?" And at that point, I hadn't really, like, it wasn't something I talked about at work. I didn't, like, the people that I worked with didn't know. And I'm like, "Yeah." And we were listening to some stuff that I had done online because my sister and I used to do like online karaoke.
Oh,
And Todd's like, we should sing. And I'm like, "No, okay." Because anybody who knows me knows that I don't really do that. Anyways, but we went into the theater and it was dark and it was freezing to death. And we sat down at the piano and Todd started playing and I started singing with him. And we just like found our groove. I would say like from day one.
wow.
Yeah.
So how did you even know Todd existed to book him? Like, how did that come about?
So he at the time had worked with like an agent kind of in Edmonton, Greg. I think that originally we found you through Greg, right, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah. So that kind of was how I didn't know him before he came that time. But
Okay. All right.
it was just like a post hangout after the show, talk about the things. You never know who you're going to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I had at that point probably a couple weeks left to stay there, and it was just like we should, we're up here in the middle of nowhere in the middle of winter. We should work on some songs.
Yeah.
And so that's, it literally grew from there, and never stopped
And how long ago
writing
was
it.
that?
12 years ago.
Oh, wow. It's been that
I
long.
didn't-
11
I
or
had no
12 years
idea.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing this for a while. It took us a while to find our groove with
Yeah.
Taxi and stuff. So we were just writing songs mainly over the phone and
Oh, wow.
things like that.
Then COVID happened.
Yeah. and then-
Oh.
right. So we didn't get hardly anything done for whatever, a year and a half. But and when COVID happened, that's when I discovered Taxi. I'd been a member of Taxi before, like in the very, very early days.
Uh-huh.
But I joined Taxi, and I submitted a few things. It was like the 8th or 9th thing that I ever submitted. I got a forward. The person called me back right away after the forward. They used it in the thing they were going to use it in, and I got a check like in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Which is like, I wasn't big money, but it was COVID. I was happy to have 5 cents.
Right.
So I got this impression that, this Taxi thing is easy.
I got this.
Yeah. And everybody knows Taxi, who knows why these guys are laughing.
Right.
'cause-
And he called Michelle, we got to do this.
Yeah. So I was like, we can take these songs, we should finish them and start submitting them. And then it was through that I discovered, trying to remember how I discovered the VST Connect thing. So in Cubase, which is what I work in, they have this thing called VST Connect. It's built in. And it's a way so Michelle was able to download a free piece of software, and from her computer connect directly into mine, and we have a video link. And so it's basically just like having her in the next room.
Wow.
And so we discovered recording that way. It's like, oh, well, this is great. We can get so much more done.
Right.
And that was so we started writing and submitting for Taxi listening. That just became our whole thing. We would just get up in the morning, look for some taxi listens. Oh, we could do this one, or oh, this looks fun or interesting. Let's do that. And
Little
then
did we know it was going to be like going back to school.
yeah.
Oh,
right.
We hit the point where it's like, we gotta, I think if we want to do this Taxi thing right, we gotta treat it like a job. You gotta get up every day and work on something. And so that's what we did for quite a while. I had my mornings free, she had mornings free, and we would just get up every day and get together for a little bit. And so rather than, what we used to do is take a big expanse of time and cram as much as we could into it. now we're doing a little bit every day kind of approach,
Oh, gotcha.
which worked out so much better. And next thing you know, we're just cranking out songs.
So you had done Taxi previously without Michelle, and then it
Yeah,
was around after COVID that you joined with Michelle.
right. It was clear
Okay.
back in the 90s when Taxi
Oh,
was pretty
When it was
new.
new. Yeah, I remember
And-
hearing about it back then.
It's trying to get the Trauma Hounds a record deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
that's-
seeing it in the Musician's Guide to Touring. It'd have ads in there.
Yep.
That's how I remember hearing about it.
Yep.
So when did you join the Taxi group here in town? Because we joined.
So-
we joined the end of 21 also.
I did a little bit before COVID hit.
Oh, okay.
So I probably went around maybe 2018
Oh,
or so, because I was at Audiolab at an event, and Steve introduced me to Matt,
Okay.
and of course I'd been doing Taxi for a while then, and naturally I knew who Matt was.
Sure.
Everyone who does Taxi knows who Matt is. So, but Steve was like, "Oh, I've been meaning for you two to hook up, because it's like, I know you're really kind of hitting Taxi hard, and Matt is Matt." And,
Matt is Matt.
he's
Matt.
a legend, you know? and talked a bit with him, and it just kind of skyrocketed from there. Although it's after that first initial placement, getting paid right away,
Uh-huh.
that didn't happen again for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, it was beginner's luck.
Yeah,
Michelle's like,
right.
so where's all this money, dude?
yeah,
This is
It was really, like I say, a joke. It's like going back to school, but really it was like we went back to school. Like we both dove into kind of different lanes and learned and brought it back and like kept applying it to things. And lots of people don't understand in the sync world how long it takes to get paid.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like learning that too. So I would say probably like halfway through year 2 was when stuff started being more consistent, like with BMI and stuff. And I remember the first time we made enough money with BMI to actually like have a check mailed to me, because I'm in Canada. I still have it. I've never cashed it.
it was.
And it was so exciting to me. It's like framed here in my office.
It was $14 and something, right?
Yeah, I think so. The first one. Yeah.
$14 Canadian, so like a
That was
quarter.
American. So it's like
American.
$3,000 Canadian. Just kidding.
Well, I think that's really cool that, I mean, not that $14 isn't anything, but I think it's worth it to have that on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I
your
talk
first dollar
about,
bill for your business.
I talk
Yeah.
a lot on this show about like having goals and following through with your goals. And I would think, Michelle, like you being able to visually see that frequently is motivation.
Oh yeah.
It is. And you know what's something that's really cool? So Todd and I have had some placements that were like so exciting. When we found out, we're like, oh my God, I'm like so excited. But there's one thing, like you get your quarterly statement and there's like that dollar figure and you're like, oh, or oh, depending on the quarter. And
Yeah.
then like still for me, if you flip to the next page and you start going through like all the ways that your music was used and all the different places in the world that it was used, and you're like, millions of people heard me that quarter.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's the part that I get excited about. And so when I start feeling kind of like, wah, 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 Todd and I will sit down and we'll both like go through our statement somewhere. Oh, look where this got used, or oh, look where this got used,
So does the statement show like what the viewership is on those shows?
Some of them will show like the streaming numbers or usages to kind of. Yeah.
That's exciting.
But yeah, if it lands on network TV or something, they don't show that.
Okay.
But I can't underline enough how I know I would probably, especially after had that first success, and then we started working together. I mean, we just got return after return after return.
Yeah.
We weren't even getting forwards, let alone placements.
Yeah.
And I think I know I would have. I don't know about Michelle. I would have quit if I didn't have a partner,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because it's just like it helps to have someone to be responsible to. It's like
Yeah.
I said I was going to finish this. I told her it was going to get done, so I got to get it done.
Yeah.
And someone to just we both had times where the other of us is just like, I don't know, this sucks, and I don't know, we're working on a song I don't really like. It's just like a bland pop song, and this, I don't know if we got in to write this kind of stuff, and blah blah blah. You know, the other one will be like, you know, we're making progress. It's fine. Let's just finish this, and maybe the next one we'll pick a fun one for us to do, or maybe. And we often take breaks from sync and just be like, let's just make some music that we want to make. Sure,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter if anyone even hears it, let alone gets synced to anything. And I think those breaks are hugely helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they're a huge reset.
Yeah, big
Very
reset.
Very huge reset. And we've been through, like, you know, major life events, both of us in 12 years, lots of them. And I think that, like, musically as well in life, like, we've been really awesome partners, and it's just always kind of clicked.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you were saying, like, kind of bringing up the accountability thing, like that commitment to each other to show up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure both of you aren't in sync all the time. Like, I don't really want to do it today, but I have this commitment to Michelle, or Michelle feel like that to you. And but just showing up every single day, if nothing more, to hang out and but to work for whatever your schedule is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that all adds up over time, right?
It definitely does. And you know what? There is definitely something to be said for getting together sometimes and just hanging out.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, particularly the first of this year has been rough on Michelle with, you know, a job situation. So, you know, she would get home from a job that was not treating her very well, and then, you know, she's not in the mood to work.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
to do more work. So yeah, we had definitely a few sessions where it's just like, well, let's just hang out. You know?
Yeah.
Tell me about what's going on at work. You know, that kind of stuff.
That's kind of like what I was saying earlier about some of my adult students.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we didn't even touch the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still, I mean, that stuff still, it just, well, you know, it deepens your relationship with that person.
Yeah.
Obviously, but creative things come out of those discussions
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely.
So I think, you know, if you're doing
We've
stuff,
written some great songs in the last 6 months.
Wow.
that's true.
You know, I think that when it comes to, like, our process, one of the things that's been really amazing is us allowing each other to have space. You know, last year Todd had big life things, bought a house, did, you know, all this sort of stuff. Todd gigs, I had a day job. We work at opposite ends of the day and the week. But somehow we just kind of managed to come back together and reboot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what does a typical week look like for you?
Yeah.
For you guys, how you do things?
Well, in the before times, the way we started out was just like, let's pick a taxi listing and work on that.
Okay.
And we would try to do, you know, one a week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes if we saw something that, we could crank like 3 or 4 of those kind of things
Sure.
out. And that was really where it started from, was just working on taxi listing.
Uh-huh.
We're fortunately to the point now, I don't think we've worked on any taxi listings this year that I can remember.
Yeah, we did, because we got that movie.
Oh, right. The movie Vintage. That's right. I think that's one of the only ones. Oh, and I responded to the vintage guy, which I want to talk about the vintage thing, especially for the people watching, but
yeah,
we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Most everything we've done this year has just been a library that we already have a relationship. Like we recently,
a music library.
Yeah. Do you know, I don't know, Mary, if you remember Ben Kopech. He was one of the guys who spoke at the
Oh yeah, I remember the name. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so with him, it's his company, Epitome Music.
Oh yeah.
He had putting out a call and said, hit me with some album ideas, and if I like some of those ideas, maybe I'll sign them. So we did that. Hit him with I think we hit him with synthwave. I was gonna do maybe something industrial, and then we said kids music.
Oh,
And
what?
I only remember why we said kids music. I think maybe
we were like had no idea what we're getting into.
Yeah.
Because we had stuff. So Todd and I have like part of our process is if we have music that's unsigned, we will like periodically go pitch it to our libraries. So one of the things was we had a couple kids songs that were available, and we thought, oh, we can do an EP, no problem. It'll be easy.
Yeah. But so anyway, so it's situations like that.
Yeah.
So we're just working on we did a whole synthwave album that's going to Jim Thacker and his new company Sync Source.
okay.
So
Well, when I looked up True Swans on Apple Music, I was blown away by how much is available there. I can't imagine like the stuff that hasn't been released that's been completely dedicated to
yeah.
sync licensing.
Yeah. So,
I just looked at our spreadsheet for you guys. So we have 328 songs on the list, and the majority of them are signed.
Wow.
yeah.
Michelle, that's incredible.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see it on the spreadsheet. The thing right there's the name of the song and then the library that we're counting our Spotify songs as signed because they're out there making money for us.
Sure.
You know, it's not a lot, it's pennies, but
Yeah.
we still consider them.
They're still, you
Awesome.
created them.
We created them and we put them out into the world. So
But
yeah.
more than like 70% of our stuff is only signed with sync. Like you don't even hear it anywhere other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like Michelle said, through periodic, pitching of the back catalog, we've managed to sign most things. And a lot of the songs we haven't signed, it's not surprising because everyone has trash in their catalog.
Yeah.
So what happens when you so this guy who did you say it was asked you for several concepts?
Ben.
Ben Kopech.
Yeah, Ben. So what happens? You create this album and you send it to him, and then what does he do?
I guess we're at that process right now because we just turned the album in,
Okay.
which I think it turned out great.
So we still don't know if he's going to take it. That's the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about the album because I think we landed on a really good concept, and did all the music was okay. So I started by surveying my 5-year-old grandson.
Okay.
And like what is he like? What does he listen to? And him and like his friends and other kids that I talk to, it's like video game music that's where they hear music.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
hear music in video games because
That's
they're playing
weird.
games all the time. But they are listening to the songs,
Yeah.
and they do develop their favorite songs and things like that.
Yep.
So I thought the best idea was to make it sound like a video game. So I
Oh.
downloaded all these great 8-bit sounds, and just made all of the music out of these 8-bit sounds. And I thought it was fun. It's actually really fun to limit yourself like that.
Wow.
And see how cool you can still make it.
Yeah.
Plus, went through doing some homework, and man, some of these guys programming 8-bit stuff are doing wild things with it. Just amazing stuff. So got some good influence from that, and so we made this 8-bit kids album, and I'm kind of in love with it. And we just, for lyrics, we just did goofy stuff. There's a song there called Space Hamster. There's another song called I accidentally taught my robot to yodel, where I do yodeling through a vocoder. So it sounds like a robot yodeling. So conceptually, it's just kind of goofy. And so far, we don't know what's happened with Ben yet because we just turned it in. But I got the best review I think I've ever gotten. Is that I sent it to my daughter who played it for my grandson and said he was laughing so hard through Space Hamster that he had this. He's like, "Stop! I'm getting the hiccups. You got to turn it off."
I'm getting the hiccups.
Yeah, he was laughing so hard.
Aw.
It's like, okay, well, you're exactly who I wrote this for. So the fact that you're
Uh,
cracking up like that, I think it turned out good.
I want to
Yeah.
bring up
so Michelle looks frozen. Are you? Can you hear us still, Michelle?
she's
I can hear you guys, but I'm not sure. Maybe should I go back out and come back in?
we could try that.
Okay.
We could try that.
The picture you're frozen on is not too bad.
Yeah.
Didn't catch you making a weird face or anything.
I know it just looks like you're looking down.
All right, let's see if this works.
I'm gonna remove you here and see what happens.
Oh.
I love technology.
Not as much as you.
Yeah, still I love technology.
I wonder if I would have to resend Michelle an invite. Maybe I should do that anyway. Oh, here she is.
That's-
Hey,
There she goes.
Woo!
It's here.
Todd and I are very familiar with technical difficulties.
Yeah, I
Have
was
them
gonna
on the
say you're
daily.
probably a pro.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up this. Now I have a weird echo, but I think I'll just ignore it. You at our last taxi meeting, which was just a couple weeks ago, right? At Matt's house,
Mhm.
Oh,
you shared a song, and before we listened to it, you talked about it was kind of a more of an emotional song for you. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was influenced by your description of it before it started, but when I listened to it, I kind of was like, what's happening to me? Because I felt moved in a weird way. Can you talk about that song a little bit?
Yeah. So that was the song on our synthwave album that we were doing for Jim Thacker. And we wrote the first few songs, and then the last probably the last 6, maybe 7, if a concept started to form.
Yeah.
Around and we weren't out to make a concept album, but it just started to form. And the concept was a lot about just okay. Did you ever watch Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. There's some great stuff in Battlestar Galactica where they would the Cylons were so human-like that there would be these questions like, are they living things or are
Mhm.
they robots? I mean, they're kind of not either, and they're kind of both.
Yeah.
They ride this line between humanness and non-humanness, and which, of course, in the age of AI is like a really interesting subject as they go on.
Yeah.
So
We've had
that's
a lot of conversations, like philosophical ones, around this topic while working on the album.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
I bet.
it's really, what does it mean to be human? And so in our story, we have, there's one song where there's like a robot character who describes, was talking about love, and he's telling someone, it's like, your human love is so small and puny compared to the love that I feel as a robot. I'm connected to the cosmos. I feel love of millions of people at the same time.
Oh wow.
And what you feel, whatever,
Right.
it's a drop in the ocean
wow.
compared to what I feel. And but then he has, it's like so there's an epiphany moment where he realized, oh, love is not a big huge thing. Love does not exist in the grand gestures. The love doesn't exist in filling the house up with roses. It's really nice gesture and it's cool, but that's not where love is. Love
Love is
exists
the simple things.
in the simple things
Yeah.
that you keep
Oh.
showing up for.
That's from Battlestar Galactica.
No, just the origin of the whole concept was
Oh,
lit by Battlestar Galactica.
oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's deep.
And so that
Yeah.
last song is where this robot character, excuse me, I better get some tea.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need more?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So this robot character is coming to this realization. And so the way I did the song is I started off with Michelle singing heavily vocoded. So it's clearly, some sort of
Like she's a
robot.
robot?
Yeah.
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 And then over the course of the entire song, I just crossfaded her regular human voice.
Oh,
Yeah. I was sitting there listening to this, and I was like, I had this weird emotion. Like I was like,
Oh no.
Yes.
I mean, it was, but I can't say if I would have felt that way had you not said something before it. But
Right.
it was, I was blown away by the idea and the concept of that, just like you're telling about it now. And we live in this crazy world right now where things are crossfading into so much AI stuff, and like from a technical aspect, you know, like as musicians rejecting the use of AI to create for us.
Yeah.
So where do you guys land with that?
I am.
Oh, it's such a complex topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to start with like the origin of like, what is AI and where are we going to start? Is it plugins? Is it, you know, it's like this huge arc, and it's a big conversation.
It is.
Yeah.
But what did you say the other day, Mary? Is like not confusing editing tools with you said something you said.
It
I was
was
like,
when
that's the answer.
when you had the AI podcast, like somebody was like, well, what about spell check and stuff? And I'm like, well, there's a difference between something that's helping you edit something versus something that's creating something.
Right.
And the like the sumo, is that what it is?
Suno
is like you just tell it and it'll create something for you. And then that retreat that we did, you know, all the libraries and the music producers or the song supervisors are not taking anything AI because of the whole copyright issue, because it's not being created by a human. But then it's and so then how do they disperse money to something that's not real? It's like, oh well, but that's me. I created it. I was like, well, you didn't create it. That's this computer created it, and it was created based on stuff that the computer took from other artists who created something naturally. And so then it turned into this giant like copyright. Like it may not be an issue today, but 5 years from today, it might be you're getting sued.
Right.
And so they're like, we don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because we don't want to get involved in that.
I think that there's a big question around like what is art and what is your art. Like for me, that's a question. You know, I'm working with partners right now on a platform called My Music Ready, where people can bring kind of like their demos and their song ideas and stuff, and we help them produce it out by connecting them with live singers and musicians and producers and a way of kind of bringing their art to life.
Yeah.
But you know, I've seen a lot of usage now of the AI music platforms, largely by people who don't have musician networks or friend networks, you know, so they're singing in their bedroom.
Yeah.
It's their melody, it's their lyric, it's their whatever, you know, they're being able to bring that to life. And so I think it's kind of like, it's a really complex topic. Like it's not people generating music necessarily in our space competing with us so much as those people who don't have the tools that we have still wanting to create their art, and how do they do that?
Right, exactly.
So it's a very complex
thing. I can totally see why people do it for that very reason. It's like, oh, I don't know how to play the piano or the guitar or any sort of melodic instrument, and maybe I live in, you know, Horseshoe Bend, Idaho, or Salmon or something. I don't have access to a bunch of musicians in a recording studio and whatever. And, but this computer will do it for me.
Yeah.
You know, and there's people that like, you know, I can't sing, but I can play the guitar, and I wrote this, you know, piece of music. So, I mean, on one hand, come see us at mymusicready.com. You know, but also, something that I've had a lot of conversations with people around is if you do that, if you use AI to make your demos and you take them to a real artist, musician, you need to understand that there are real human limitations around what we're capable of. The AI can do things that you can't duplicate with a voice.
Uh,
The AI can do things that you can't necessarily duplicate with the drums.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't know that when they use it. So when they bring it to, like, say Todd and say, can you play this piano bit? And he's like, oh, that's going to be 5 layers of piano, but sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So understanding it and what it's doing. Todd and I have had stuff sent to us as demos, and I've really struggled with the timing, for example,
Oh.
because it does these like micro adjustments. Todd could probably explain it better than me, but does like these micro adjustments as the track goes along that can actually not work with the grid.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, it's, again, it's to me, it's a tool. How's it being utilized, and also who's using it? And if it's people who just want to create their songbook so they have it, I mean, I think it's kind of cool. If it's
Yeah.
people who are generating tons and tons of kind of crap and putting it into our space, and we're not able to like at least talk about that,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I can say, so like I'm band Afrosonics.
Oh yeah.
And Dio from Afrosonics, he sings and he plays percussion, but he doesn't play any other instruments, and he doesn't know how to work a DAW. And but he still hears music in his head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, so often, we've spent so much practice time with just like, it goes like this. Da 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 da. Okay, working that out with everybody and this and that, and then he'd be like, no, it's not that, it's da 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 da. And so recently he brought in an AI track that he had made. It's like, this just seems easier. I can express the music I'm hearing, and you guys can hear it in a way that you can understand what I'm
Mhm.
hearing.
Right.
So we all softened a little bit, because initially he brought in an AI song and everybody just went, no,
No, dude.
not touching that AI crap.
Yeah.
Well, so then
We did end up like totally changing it.
Yeah.
Like it
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
even resemble this original
AI.
AI track, but the track had some really good jumping off points. And
Right.
so I look at a guy like Dio and just be like, man, this is a really good thing for him. Just he's a musician, has a band that's out playing, doing all this stuff. He just wants to be able to communicate the songs that he's hearing to the rest of the band, and this kind of works for him. So, but yeah, definitely as a band, it was like, we'll never ever play an AI track verbatim.
Well,
Absolutely not.
I think it could be a useful assistant to get you to a certain point. I've tracked drums for different people who send me stuff to work on, where they'll tell me right up front, this is an AI voice that's singing, because they haven't found a singer to work with yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from when I'm sitting in the drummer seat and I'm playing, if I have that vocal reference, it makes me play better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it kind of helps me develop what I'm going to do better, like dynamically.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm going to play the hi-hat maybe versus how the vocals coming, knowing that in the end that vocal track's completely going to be removed. They're going to have somebody else sing something, but
Yeah.
Still, you're bringing your humanness to it by reacting to it. And,
right.
So I think there's a lot of power in us having these conversations, and that we should just kind of keep having them, because there's so many different ways of looking at it. Todd talks about how was it a magazine cover that was like, when synths came out, it was going to be the end of life as you knew it. And I think that it's photo editing software. I remember when Adobe like first kind of came out, it was going to be the end of the world as we knew it for photographers who learned how to do those techniques like in a dark room.
Oh.
And so what is AI? How do we want to apply it? How do we want to use it to make us better? Do we want to use it to make us better? Or do we want to be, I think those are conversations we should keep having as musicians, because where it can be an amazing tool, or it can, but what's kind of interesting is, so my kids consume a ton of music. They're 15 and 18. And they can tell AI tracks like that, like sometimes faster than I can, and they won't listen to it. And
That's
similarly
really
with AI art, like in digital, like drawing, they can see it, they can spot it, and they won't consume it. So there's kind of like this whole conversation, right? Like maybe we don't need to worry about it because maybe it's not being consumed. People are skipping past it and it's going to just fall away.
That's really interesting. You say that about your kids listening to the music, because Rick Beato had an episode about AI music, and it was one of his first ones. And he was saying his son can spot it a mile away, and even he had trouble identifying the song as AI. He's like, how is it that he's like, I'm this first musician, and how is it that my son can tell that it's AI and I can't? It's kind of interesting that they're able to spot that so much.
They've been developing their ears. So
well, and the AI flyers are they're hilarious because they all look the same. Like all the band flyers you see going out. And it's not just in here. It's like I see them across when I get onto my Casio Dreams page and I see flyers for bands that are on the other side of the country. It's like they all look the same.
Yeah. Right.
Todd and I made a comic book last year, largely Todd. And I have to tell you that hours and hours and hours involved in him trying to get it to create our brainchild, like our image, and like tweak things and how to talk to it and how to give it prompts. It's a different kind of digital art once you take it to that level. And I feel like people using it for music, when they're writing their own stuff, they have their own melodies, and then they're using it to paint their canvas. Like it's a weird line.
On the flip side from that, I do think, go back to the example of Dio. It's like, great, he can use this tool to get his ideas out. The other part of me thinks, I've been in a band with this guy 12, 13 years. Why don't you just pick up a guitar, dude? You had the chance to start, you've had enough time to learn how to work a DAW. You've had enough time to figure out to plunk out a melody on a keyboard. So that's kind of flip side. It's like, it's good that he can get his ideas out. At the same time, I'm kind of like, well, maybe a little lazy. You've had plenty of time to learn how to play an instrument.
I don't know if I sound like the old guy bringing this up, but you made me think of it talking about Dio. Is when I get together with my band to work on a song, if somebody has an idea, right? They have like a riff idea, but they don't play the drums, or they don't play bass or sing necessarily, but they have this idea, and then we're all responding to that, as you well know how all that works. But it just feels weird to me to, like, if somebody worked in with a fully put together song, I recorded a vocal and put it in AI, and I had an AI bass track and an AI drum track or whatever. Let's just copy that.
Well, and I think that's like what I was getting at originally when we started talking about this, was that the libraries and the music supervisors are like, they can't take any sort of generative AI. So I think in there, like what they were saying was, if you started with an idea, but then it came out like you were saying with Dio, like he came with this AI song, it started this way, but then we totally changed it. Like that's okay, because you're not using, like, I'm looking at the Suno thing here on the internet, and it says the free plan users, Suno retains ownership of the audio tracks generated on basic free plans, and the paid subscribers that have pro or premier paid tiers own the specific songs and commercial rights they generate. So it's like, you just have to be really careful. I think that's what I was getting at, is not so much is it right or wrong, but like the legal things
Right.
that can happen
And
if you aren't
I
careful.
would, excuse me, I would tell you from like a library standpoint, like we won't touch it. It's scary. Like legal things. And as artists with Todd and I, we won't touch it. It's scary when it comes to that. Like if you use it as a bouncing off point for an idea, but you can't go into the commercial space right now
Yeah.
with that. It's not safe. It wouldn't be smart.
right.
Yeah.
The main thing is like these sort of push button people who make songs, put them up on Spotify. You know,
Yeah.
the worst that's going to happen to them if the law takes a shift, because the law is not settled. That's the big
Yeah.
Yeah.
crux of the issue. So if the law takes a shift and this guy gets all his songs taken down from Spotify, you know, sucks for that guy. But if your AI generated song was in an episode of Grey's Anatomy,
Yeah.
and then the law changes, now they got to go back and re-edit that whole show. And
Yep.
there's just so much potential pain for them
Yeah.
that it's like, we're not even going to touch it. So,
Yeah.
and I think rightly so.
But I
Yeah.
agree with Michelle. This is like really important for musicians to continue having that conversation.
Yeah.
And sharing how they feel about it. Doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong necessarily, but I think it's we're only scratching the surface of what it could possibly become.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yeah.
as an artist, I want to be protected.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the first TV commercial I was ever in was for an online karaoke app called Smule. And I remember, so my sister and I, we used to compete like in their like weekly contest things, and sometimes we'd win. And so we were used in one of their ads that played in theaters all across North America before the movie started.
Wow.
Wow.
And that was kind of cool, right? Like big deal. Also, we didn't get paid for it. It was just a cool thing, right? Like you were part of the community, you wanted to promote it. And I remember, because I worked at a venue with musicians live, they're like, oh, you do karaoke? Oh, you sing online? You're not a real performer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, and I think that when it comes to AI and how it's being utilized as a tool and stuff, we need to consider whether or not we're doing that to other artists who don't have access to what we have access to.
Yeah.
And perhaps the answer is how to bring that to them, which full circle moment, mymusicready.com. Check us out.
Right. In the
It's sort of like song generative stuff, but you're doing it with real humans.
yeah.
And I think actually you brought up something, because you talked about getting together with the guys and working out that
Yeah.
a band is like a community building thing. I
Yeah.
mean, that's, you know, we love playing music and everything but we love being in a band. We love having our gang, our
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
our girls,
Yeah.
or all of the above. And there's just that little sort of community that you build as a band. And then if you take that and then put it into your music, I just don't think AI can do that.
No.
And
No.
I think that's maybe like one of the differences that, like you said, the young kids who can pick it out like that. I think that's one of the differences they're hearing, is it's just like this AI stuff is not made with the love that, you know,
Yeah, and which
almost
is really interesting, because I would think it would be the opposite. Like, I would think the younger generation would be like, you know, they're totally into it. Like,
yeah,
you know, but they're getting back into vinyl and
Mhm.
Walkmans and like
Yeah, more
Discmans.
analog
And
kind of
yeah,
stuff that you can
they're
The
touch.
tactile
Yeah.
part of it.
Mhm.
yeah, Christian's best friend in high school, and they're 24 now. He would bring a Discman to school and like a little bag of CDs in their cases. And Christian's like, "What are you doing? It's all right here on your phone." And he's like, "But I can look at the thing. I can look at all the
Yeah.
stuff inside the
Uh-huh.
booklet and everything." And he just loved touching it. And I'm like, he's such an old soul. And
Yeah.
it's just funny because, like, for me, I was thinking, oh, I'm finally getting away from having to carry this big book of 24 CDs in my car, or getting them all scratched because, I took it out and I had to hurry and put the next one in. I couldn't put it back in the sleeve because I'm driving and, like just stuff like that. Like in the records, your records could scratch.
Yeah.
Or if you're dancing around in the living room and then it jumps, it scratches.
Well, one thing that I'll say, like springboard off of that a little bit, is remember how cool you were if you had a 6-disc CD changer in your
Oh, so cool.
right. But we were committed to a body of work. Like this, going back to the 72 minutes or whatever is available on a CD, you want to fill that up, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this disc has 14 songs on it by whatever band.
And did you hear the hidden track? You got to wait 5 minutes, but there it is.
Yeah.
Stuff like
I feel like there's, I guess I feel old again, but I miss people having that in common because it's all about a single.
Yeah.
And then that single comes and it goes so quick even.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
They come and go so fast. I absolutely grew up on the experience of going to the record store, buying an album, unwrapping the album, looking at the cool big artwork, picking out this physical thing, let it play. Hopefully it had like a lyric sheet. And I used to memorize who produced this, who played on this.
You'd spend hours just
there's so much to dig
inside
into
of it.
and stimulated. Yeah, to get excited about it.
Yeah.
And that experience is really missing.
I'm just reading the comments here, and
Jessica's up here.
Jessica's comment, her last one, I think that really rings true, and I think that we're seeing that more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old is the new.
Yeah. Yep. That's really great.
Yeah, and legacy artists. I mean, you look at who's making money in the music business these days. Rush and U2 and these legacy bands.
Well, but Taylor Swift also, like, she pushes. She has records and she makes them really cool, and she makes different versions of the same record. So it's like, well, I gotta have that one. I gotta have that one because that one's orange, and then that one's purple, and it has she's got her notes in this one, and she makes them. She makes her tangible product something that her listeners just have to consume.
Yeah. Oh, and they do. I mean, she could pick up a piece of dog shit and spit on it.
And they're
$25,000.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
I think that there's a lot of value in figuring out like how to not be afraid of the current era that we're in and what do we offer. And we are seeing so many people turn out to live gigs now, more so than used to. And I think that going through COVID and stuff, and then everybody getting so used to online tools and living online, and now kind of we're starting to come back up out of that, and people are like, oh, I want to go out in the world, I want to do things, I want to see real people.
And so when you've got somebody that's like just some, I don't know, I think like the threat or I don't even know what the word is, like, is what I'm hearing is that Spotify just has these people, and they're not necessarily people like you and me. They're like people that work for Spotify, and they're just creating albums of AI just strictly. And so there is no official artist. The artist is the computer. And so how do you, like, I can't go see that being performed by anybody because they don't exist.
Right.
Well,
I don't see it sticking personally.
Yes, that's what
I mean. You can even tell the difference between AI music that someone wrote and it was their own thing versus not.
Yeah. Well, it's like Michelle said just a few minutes ago, like her kids, they spot that right away. They won't have anything to do with it. And I'm sure their friends are probably with them on that.
Probably, yeah. Well, I know Ian rejects anything AI.
Yeah.
Like, he even thinks like, oh, flyers, like, the flyers are funny because it's like, I can understand why bands do it because it's so fast. It's like, oh, I don't have Adobe or whatever. Yeah. And, it's like, I don't have, and so they just go into ChatGPT and say, and here's a picture. Can you promote my next gig that's on, give them all the details. And it creates this fairly nice looking flyer. And then you realize, oh, it looks like so-and-so's band's flyer.
Again.
it looks like so and so's band flyer.
Right.
And so the kids, like, they've gotten to where they just reject completely that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, we kind of got stuck on AI for a minute, but I do want to mention you guys landed a song or a placement with the Sylvester Stallone movie. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that what was it called?
It was called Armor.
Armor.
Yeah. And it's still out. It's funny. I can see on the BMI statement, it's still out there making rounds when
Wow.
suddenly it's like, oh, here's some money from Czechoslovakia. They must have, or if you look at your Apple stats and be like, all of a sudden we're getting tons of Shazams from France. They must have released the movie.
Oh.
Or, that type of thing.
Oh, so Shazam.
I didn't even think about Shazam.
I love Shazam. That's like the coolest thing.
I think our top 3 kind of, for me, exciting placements would be Armor. Would be we did a Law and Order SVU promo that ran for an entire year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we also have a song that we've done with Cosmic Dolphin in the UK that's been used as kind of like the theme song for a Major League Baseball team, like for their intro, outro stuff on TV. I think those are my top 3.
Wow.
So Jessica is asking, have you guys seen the music video for Your Own Season, the song featured yet?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's really, yeah, we have a video. The song is called Your Own Season.
Okay.
So if you go to YouTube,
Is that what Michelle's talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's a really great video. Jessica shot it.
Oh,
She shot
Yeah,
it.
so
But
she's
it
asking your viewers, I think, if they've seen it. So that was the song we had in Armor. And then the song we had in the Law and Order promo, as well as the song we had with Major League Baseball, those are just sync. So they're not out in the world anywhere, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So is there a link that we can watch that Jessica did?
Yeah, if you YouTube
True Swans, it's on our page. Yep.
Oh, okay.
True
Okay.
Swans,
Oh, yeah.
Your Own Season.
Just go grab it, Mary, and put it in the comments.
Okay, you're on.
Go
Unless,
grab
unless Jessica beats me to
Uh-huh.
it.
I think I
So we
was
actually did that song with David Wallace as well from
Toronto.
Toronto. We met him through James Koshin's Songwriters Retreat in Green Bay, the Northwood Songwriters Retreat.
Oh, yeah.
And we've done a few projects with him. He's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So Your Own Season featuring Hendon Hall?
Hendon Hall. That's David.
Okay.
His name is David Wallace, and he didn't like the crossover of David Wallace from The Office.
Oh,
There's a character
Oh.
on the Office.
He
called
was
David.
the general manager or the regional manager,
Region,
right?
Yeah. So he didn't like that.
so what was there was something else you said you were going to come back to, and I can't remember.
Oh, it was vintage stuff.
Okay,
This-
vintage.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So one of the other taxi ads I answered this year was a guy looking for vintage stuff, and he was looking particularly for stuff from the 70s and 80s. He's looking, he specified disco and kind of like new wavy stuff.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about that.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, well, that's great. I got all these old Methods of Dance recordings.
Yeah.
That might work. So I sent him everything that Methods of Dance did, and he ended up buying most of it outright. Like,
Wow.
just,
What?
buying the rights up front. I don't know. I think it's probably uncouth to talk about money, but it was it was our biggest payday to date.
Wow.
That was really, really nice just to have this old music on the hard drive
Yeah.
just suddenly turn into something. And did the same thing with MC Shake, because me and MC Shake had a rap album out in the late 80s. And so I sent him that. He loved all the MC Shake stuff, and he's already got MC Shake in a movie in Australia.
Wow.
And we already got paid for it.
What?
So it's
Wow.
pretty sweet.
It was like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from like signing to in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
that's fast.
So, and this guy who runs it, Dave DeMarco, he's just, I mean, I only have a phone email relationship with him, but he's just like a really great guy. And he's been hitting me up. It's like, if you've got friends from the era, if they have music on the hard drive, I want to hear it. So I've been funneling everyone I can find.
Did you ever talk to Tim?
I did talk to Tim. Talked
Yeah.
to Tim Murphy because he sent me or hooked me up with some great LA calling stuff.
Oh, good.
Sounded great.
Awesome.
But I couldn't. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him. I get the sense that he's wanting to come back in the music, but not, maybe on the fence about it.
Yeah,
Or something.
Yeah.
The
And so-
paperwork end of vintage music can be a little daunting for people to
Yes.
Yeah.
trying to get things and signed and one stop signed and trying to explain what those are to people who don't necessarily know because they just make their art,
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to talk about like the
Well-
responsibilities of the business side of music.
Well, and what happens like if somebody in that band isn't even alive anymore?
That's the thing. Yeah, you do have to deal with that.
Yeah.
We went. I'll tell once, because I know he's not online. Probably won't see this.
Yeah.
But Corey from Methods.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Here's the whole story. We did a Methods reunion show to open up for Peter Murphy one time, and I was like, "Hey guys, this would be a good chance. We could take all our old music, press it up on CDs. We could make some merchandise. I bet
Yeah.
it's going to be full, and we're in front of our right audience. I think it'll do great." And they were all like, "No one's interested in what we used to do. It's just
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's-
I can tell you right now I would have bought it.
yeah."
I would have probably bought 2 copies.
So I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do it. I'll pay for it out of my pocket. I'll get the merchandise. I'll do it." And we ended up making like $800 in merchandise sales. And so I just basically, I thought it was a band thing. So I just took the money and divided it 4 ways.
Mhm.
Everyone got $200. So I had this cash with $200 with Corey's name on it sitting on my desk. And I told him, it's like, "Hey, got money for you. Come on over here and grab it anytime." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'll make it sometime." Months, years go by.
Wow.
He never comes and gets this money. And then one time at a Soul Purpose show, just kind of out of the blue, was like, "Hey, you got that $200 on you?" It's like,
Are you
no, I
kidding
don't
me?
carry it around with me.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah. So we had a few. Then it turned into every time I saw him, he's hitting me up for this $200. I was like, "Dude, just come over.
Yeah.
Just come and get it." And then so that never happened. Quit Soul Purpose. It's been a long time since I talked to him. So I had sent him. The thing is like, "Dude, I have great news. This guy wants to buy all this Method stuff. It's going to be a fairly nice check for you."
Uh-huh.
He sends me back the
Oh
thing.
no.
"I don't know if I'm inclined to want to work with you because I never got my $200 from that show."
Oh
Are you
wow.
kidding? You're turning down this fairly fat check over $200 that you felt slighted on, which I never felt like you deserved it anyway. I bought all that merchandise. I
Uh-huh.
made it myself. I sold it myself. I was just giving it to you guys more as a
Courtesy.
parting
Yeah.
gift for the
Uh-huh.
band. It was one of our last gigs. So, so this is the kind of dumb things you run
Yeah.
into
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
when you have to backtrack and do the paperwork.
Man.
So
but-
please tell me he finally complied.
He did.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
just
Did you have to give him $200?
Yes, it's all sorted now. It's all good.
$200.
I
So
literally saw his email and I just got it in Venmo and sent him $200 right then. It's like,
$200.
let's
Oh
just
my
get
gosh.
this over with.
okay, so we got John here. He
John
says,
England.
"Good morning, everybody. Can you post a link of the site Todd is discussing where he has submitted the vintage MOD tracks, please, please?"
So I'm gonna say no, and this is why. So Todd and I have worked really hard to establish these relationships with our libraries so that when we refer people to them, you guys get in the door. So if you would like to have that information, message Todd directly, send something to us at True Swans and we'll get back with you. We'll have a listen, and if it's great, we'll give you his info and forward you on. But we don't want to just put that out on the internet
I
because
think- Well, I
we
think
don't want them to be flooded by people.
I'm not sure if he's talking about submitting songs or if he's talking about just being able to listen to the MOD songs.
Oh,
Is that what you mean, John?
yeah.
Because I took it differently. So
Oh, okay.
but I definitely see where you're going.
I actually took it the way that Michelle did.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm the
Yeah.
only one that took it the other
And
way.
I might,
So we
I-
love helping our musician friends, but we don't want to just stick stuff out there on the internet when we haven't asked first.
Yeah.
So,
You just have
and
to,
you know, a lot of the libraries that Todd and I work with now, if we refer someone, they get signed because they trust that we know what we're talking about.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
So as
try to
far
be a bit of a filter.
Okay, so as far as actually listening to MOD music, there's nothing like on Apple or anything like
no, it's not out there.
you
in
can
that
listen
way.
to Runaway, Runaway, Runaway on YouTube.
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's like two. It was funny because Fred and I were watching. We were watching.
See,
some
John
YouTube.
said Michelle is correct.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So I was the only one.
you know, they kind of pound that into you at Taxi, you
Yeah.
know, because they're never giving out library names. And Michael, it tells the same story over and over again about how, you know, he's giving out names and then people would get inundated with calls and then
Yeah.
people would come back on Michael's like, what are you doing sending all these people to me? So yeah, we want to hook everybody up that we possibly can. We just need to sort of make the introduction ourselves
Right.
and then let you take it from there.
Yeah.
I think I was being a little hypersensitive myself because last week's show was about kind of the etiquette of what information musicians share amongst each other.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
pay and
And
stuff.
and sometimes people expecting you just to hand over information that
Yeah.
you spent a lot of time acquiring or building relationships and
Yeah.
stuff with. But
I don't really
Yeah.
care about that part. It's more like I just want to keep our relationship with the guy good
right,
and not
yeah,
have these
Right.
guys.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes
But
sense.
just going back to John, if you have old music, definitely reach out to me. I can take that and I can make the introduction, and then you can start tracking down your old band members.
Yeah.
getting that stuff out about the $200 that's still owed to you.
You know, we learned a lot going through this process, and I think that we could definitely help people through that process that Todd and I had to learn the painful way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Guys, we are way over our time. I am sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a great conversation though. It's been
Good.
awesome.
Yes. Todd and Michelle, thank you for being available and willing to be on the Drummergy podcast.
And I have put your links in there. I've put all sorts of links in the comments. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
True Swans, Taxi, your video. I think that might be out. You might, I don't know if you can click on some of it. You might have to highlight, like copy paste, but
No,
Okay.
my music ready.
I'm excited we finally got to do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
This isn't like, you know, just shoved into some corner in your basement with a microphone kind of
Yeah.
podcast. I mean,
Hiding in a
there's a
closet.
production here. Plus, I watch.
Yeah.
You know, I know you have followers and you're getting all these great guests and stuff lately, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so hard to. People have ideas for I would tell anyone who's going to start a podcast, it's like make your first 10 episodes before you even put one out. If you can get to 10 episodes, then you're maybe
Yeah.
equipped to do it because it's easy to
Yeah.
start one. It's easy to make a
There
first
was-
couple.
There was a metric out that was shared, I think it was by Rick Beato not long ago, but it was like most podcasts don't last more than 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like 90% of them don't make it past that. And then like the next 8% of podcasts don't make it past like 20 episodes or something like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a hard thing to keep doing. We were doing live streaming for a time, and it's really hard to consistently pull something like that off.
that. Yeah.
Here you are doing it,
Yeah.
and even though you're asking people to be here at 7 a.m,
Yeah.
you're still doing it.
or 5:45 in my case.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
gosh. That's what I wasn't. So Michelle, it is 9:15 here. What time is it for you now?
It's 8:15.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're an hour behind. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. I always kind of jokingly say, well, I'm Fred Fisher, like because I'm Fred Fisher, they're gonna go ahead and do, and it's
Oh,
worked out
brother.
pretty well so far. But
No, there's something to that. I mean, honestly, you've been around here forever. You know a ton of people.
yeah,
and you just want to
yeah.
just a genuine likable guy. You know,
Thanks, man.
so
I enjoy doing it. To me, it's like a weekly gig.
yeah.
Yeah.
I get all excited about it. I can't sleep at night. I'm like, oh, Todd Michelle's going to be on. Oh, I should remember to ask about this.
Yeah. Well, that's great if it hits you that way. Then,
Yeah.
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 Well, be sure.
189 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Be
Yes.
sure to check out their website. So there's mymusicready.com and their True Swans stuff. And of course, you've got music on all the streaming platforms, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
True Swans, check them out.
Just so anyone who would go to our Spotify page or whatever and listen to it, know that it's because we do sync music. It's in a ton of different styles. If you click on the first thing and think, oh, this is crap, I don't like this, click on the next thing because it's going to be totally
Wildly
different.
different, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're jumping into a Madonna album and it's like, oh, well, this all sounds like Madonna. It's like,
No.
no, you could sound like
Right.
Yeah.
different genres. And
Our most
Yeah.
popular album has been this one called the Gothic Lullaby Collection, which was one that we just did as a passion project. But as far as streams, it gets a lot because people will put it on at night. And
kind of chill.
yeah, I think
Oh.
so.
The second one, I think, has our most streams, right? The second one,
Oh,
I think so.
yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
because we
amazing.
did 2 Gothic Lullaby albums, and
wow. Gothic.
but then it's like we have a really hard rock album that Brendan
Oh, yeah.
Nickel,
Yeah.
helped us with that. We did a full on straight up 80s. It's like we did pretty much straight rip ups of New Order, of Tears for not Tears for Fears. Who else am I thinking?
Madonna.
Anyway,
Madonna. Yeah, I remember
we
the
do have
big Madonna
yeah,
one.
we have a Madonna kind of but anyway, so cruise through
Voice acting for music. That's what we do.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
I love it.
So
Thanks, guys, so much for being on the show. And
Thank you.
yeah, and everybody check out True Swans. It's really great stuff. And Todd, I've known for 30 plus years
Yeah.
now, and
yeah, go back and see if you can Ritual Bliss. Find that Ritual
man.
Bliss stuff.
I have
I
a
remember-
cassette tape somewhere.
Yeah, your singer Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fixed my van in exchange for that session.
Oh, he
Oh.
did?
He
Oh,
did.
wow.
My
Did you
van-
have a Volkswagen van?
I had a
Okay.
Volkswagen van, and he.
Oh, I
came
remember you
over
having
and
that Volkswagen. Yeah.
Yeah, and he came over and fixed it for me for those songs.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
good. That
And
was
just
good.
a reminder, 12th Fret Music is sponsored by
12th Fret
Sorry,
Music is
Drummergy is sponsored by 12th Fret Music, located at 671 South Capitol by.
Yeah, and if there's
FedEx.
again,
Yeah.
if there's any other musicians online, especially the older kind, if you do have old music on your hard drive,
Yeah.
reach out to me, send it to me. I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. for
Awesome.
Sure.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All
Thanks
right,
for watching, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Michelle, thank you.